Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
We'll definitely get to that.
Anything else you're doing?
Finished up Better Call Saul season 2, ended this week.
Nice.
It's really good. I'm obviously not going to spoil anything.
So it ended on AMC. Like you're watching it. You're not binge watching on Netflix or anything, right?
No. AMC. The 10th episode, the finale aired.
It's only on its
Monday.
second season. That feels like it's been around for a lot longer.
Nope, just a couple years.
I guess there was a gap between Better Call Saul, a couple year gap between that and
Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. Yeah, but it's there's a couple times watching the show where I'm like, man, is this better than Breaking Bad?
Wow.
Like, it's really, really good. Really good. You get to see some characters return from Breaking Bad, which is really cool.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of a given. They were going to
I guess I won't spoil anything.
Yeah, don't spoil anything.
But yeah, it's definitely like, there are a couple things that are like, man, I think this is better than Breaking Bad. But I haven't seen Breaking Bad in a while. But yeah, there are a couple of those moments at the end of every episode where it makes you reach for that remote and like,
come on,
next episode. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely recommend everyone go check that out. It just ended its second season, so if you're behind, just binge them all.
I think it's Better Call Saul season 1 is on Netflix, I'm sure.
They brought it to Netflix when the season 2 started.
Yeah.
So definitely check it out, especially if you're a Breaking Bad fan. How could you not? A lot of these characters, and like I said, returning characters from Breaking Bad, you're like, oh wow, that's really cool to see.
But you don't need to watch Breaking Bad to get the story, right? I mean, it's a standalone story in and of itself. I mean, it makes references to Breaking Bad, but I'm sure they try to fill in that gap.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the excitement of seeing old characters would be lost if you didn't see Breaking Bad.
Right.
But I mean, the story is still there. It's still a great story, so.
Yeah, I watched the first few episodes, and I think we've talked about this. It just felt so much like Breaking Bad. I thought it was going to... I mean, it makes sense.
Like, what's wrong with that?
No, I know. But I just kind of... I was happy with that story. I was happy with the way Breaking Bad ended. I didn't really want to... You know, it's when something is great, you're like... Kind of like Star Wars. Like, I was
like the original trilogy.
Right. It's like, just leave it alone. Like, it was fine. You didn't need to... It wasn't broke. Don't fix it. So...
Yeah, but I feel like that when the new thing that comes out is crap. But this is really good.
No,
I mean,
know.
obviously it's the same... It's Vince Gilligan and all the same people and stuff.
Right.
Same locations, all that stuff. It's just really good.
You know, my wife's family's from Albuquerque. Yeah. So whenever we travel there, it's like they have a tour, and you can actually, the place with the El Pollos Hermanos, it's an actual place called Twisters they have the giant octopus car wash. I drive by it. Her grandparents don't live that far from it. It's super weird.
I know there were people that owned the house Walter White's house.
Yeah.
They had people throwing pizzas on the roof and like they
come on, man. What are you doing that? Like, I think they actually had to fence it off and like actually because a lot of people go there. But it is funny. They have one particular lady that's there is called the Candy Lady. So it's like downtown area of Albuquerque, and it's like shops and stuff like that. They'll have like furniture and clothing and jewelry. And there's this one lady who makes a bunch of candy. Well, she made rock candy,
of course, yeah.
And it was blue, and she called it what did he call it? Blue. What was the name of the drug?
I don't remember. I mean, it's meth, but
yeah. So it looks like meth. It's rock candy that looks like meth. And actually, I believe the Albuquerque police were like, you can't do that. You can't encourage this type of behavior. But yeah, and I think she ended up winning. She's like, it's a joke. It's
rock candy.
She ended up selling a lot of rock candy.
I bet. Yeah. Wink, wink.
Wink.
Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much my week. David, what have you been up to? What you doing?
A couple things. First things first. So I bought a GoPro, as you can see here. This is the GoPro Silver Hero 4. So it's not the highest, not the highest level one, but the second highest. I paid $18 for this thing.
Are you serious?
Let me tell you how I did it.
Wait. Okay.
So
plug. Sell out, David.
No, I wish it was that easy. GoPro, if you're watching, this is a great camera. Ding. I'm just kidding. No. Did you know Sports Chalet, sports store here? I think it's most places, but it's had an online store. They're going out of business.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, so I went to a golf tournament when I got my first lawyer job and I still don't golf very well, but they gave gift certificates away if you were the best or the absolute worst. Guess where I landed on that spectrum?
The worst, I assume.
So I got a $350 gift card.
Oh, wow.
So I actually won that day. All right. But everyone made fun of me and laughed at me.
And you kept this gift certificate for this
Well,
long?
I kept it that long because I don't shop. Look at me. I have a podcast about sitting. I'm not going to buy a bunch of sports equipment. All right. Come on. The best thing is like going camping is probably the closest thing I could buy. So, so I had this gift card for a long time, and I was at work the other day, and coworker.
You used it.
Yeah, coworker comes in and he's like, "Hey man, did you hear about Sports Chalet?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I got gift cards." He's like, "Yeah, you might want to spend them because their online store's been shut down, and they're not going to accept any more gift cards at the end of this month." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So me and my wife go to Sports Chalet, and everything's like on sale, and we're looking around, and I'm thinking like, what am I going to buy, a kayak, like, or something weird? Because I had $350, right? So I end up walking around and I see the GoPro and I'm like, oh, I've always wanted a GoPro, but like they're kind of, this is like $400.
Yeah.
So The funny story is, so they sell it for $400. I think on Amazon it's like $330. But so I look on their Twitter account to see if they price match, because they'll, different companies.
You're
will
gonna price match.
No,
going out of business.
What
a jerk!
This is the best part. I go to the cashier. I'm like, hey, this is $329 on Amazon. Will you guys price match? She's like, dude, we're going out of business. Like, what do you? No, we're not gonna price match. Like, we're not competing anymore, bro. It was so fun. I was like, well, the worst you could say is no. I have to ask. He's like, yeah, I know. And he's like, plus, I don't want to lose the job that I have for the next 2.5 weeks, which was kind of sad. But ended up, he gave me 10% off because they were running 10% off for their episode. Yeah. So I ended up paying, I had another gift card for my birthday. So I ended up paying $18 for this thing. It is awesome. I can't recommend.
I saw it records in 4K too.
Yeah, and it's super small. I actually, when I saw it, I was like, that's it. Like, how is this going to record 4K? And then I didn't have a memory card. This is like when you get a toy for Christmas. Because I came home at
not included.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, oh, I don't have a memory card. So I was like, wait, let me go to Prime. Prime Now got me a memory card in 30 minutes delivered to me. It was the greatest thing ever. So I got a memory card and I'm messing with it. Now, the thing that I can say, first of all, is it has a really wide lens, so it shoots in kind of a fisheye effect.
But you can change that.
Yeah, well, you have to do a post-edit. You can't do it on the camera. So you have to... No, I'm serious. You have to do it. Dude. Okay, well, whatever.
We'll play with it after the show.
Yeah,
I'll teach David how to use this.
Yeah, so the thing I want to do with this is I want to, obviously, I want to get a drone, like a cheap drone, because they have cameras.
Everyone else does, get a shot out of the sky.
Yeah,
the hawk.
It's awesome. Can't wait, dude. So we'll hopefully get some footage up with this crazy nonsense, and plus we got to do that sit down and drive episode, so this will be perfect.
Yeah, it'll be perfect.
Nice wide shot. But it's super durable. I took it out of the case. It comes with a bunch of waterproof cases and stuff like that. But the super slow-mo footage that I see online is insane. Like, they have people going down water slides at water parks,
of course, yeah.
And it just looks so cool.
Is that done all post in the program will let you do it?
Yeah, well, you have the frame rate you can pick on here. Like, you can crank it up super, super high.
Right, but people who change from really quick to really slow, can that be done in post on the
GoPro
GoPro
it
program?
comes with some. I mean, it's basic editing software. Yeah. Not that I'm Steven Spielberg over here, but yeah, it's just basic. It comes with it. It's pretty straightforward. I like the fact that it's pretty bulletproof, and it comes with all the different mounts and stuff that you can get on a dog. You can mount
they have a dog mount. You can get the chest one and go to your lawyer job and record how exciting your job is.
May I approach the bench, Your Honor? Yeah, if you turn off that camera, you idiot. So that's one thing I was doing. The other thing I was doing this week was I watched a couple episodes of House of Cards.